Welcome back to my channel, everyone. My name is Madison. It is nice to meet you. Today we are doing another installment of a little mini series that I have called Law School Chats. Law School Chats is a style of video where I pick 3 topics and I talk about them. Pretty off the cuff, not really planned out like my other videos. It's just kind of what I'm feeling. So I picked 3 topics for today's video. I'm very excited for it. If you are new, you should subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you as a subscriber. It means so much to me when you subscribe. And if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, you can do that. You can also DM me with any questions, or you can leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you either way. If you want to watch the other episodes of Law School Chats, we get juicy. We talk about student loans, deferring, stuff like that. The link will be in the card. Let's get into it. For this episode, I wanted to talk about 3 major things. I wanted to give an update to my last video, which was ranting about fall semester, because I did get some information. I also wanted to talk about YouTube, specifically on what my plans are for my YouTube channel throughout law school, and I want to give some advice. I know this might be shocking. It kind of shocked me too. I've been asked for advice by 3 people about YouTube, starting a YouTube channel, starting social media, specifically about law school content. So I do have a couple tips that I want to talk about. And then I'm also going to talk about mental health and how I plan to prioritize my mental health as law school starts. So those are the 3 things that we're going to be talking about today. Let's jump right into it. It's really funny because I posted my video where I ranted about my fall semester and how my school has not communicated with me and how schools in general aren't doing a great job of communicating. And the next day I got an email with some clarifications. Tell me they aren't watching my YouTube videos. I can just picture the higher ups at all of the colleges watching me and being like, oh no, we gotta do something. There are people ranting on YouTube about this. It can't go on. I'm kidding. But you know, that's kind of how it felt. I was like, maybe I should make videos about things that upset me more off. Today gave us an update and it gave some clarifications. It didn't give a ton. So they basically said they will have welcome kits for incoming 1Ls that will include PPE to use on campus. They also said that we'd be able to use the law school building to study and stuff when we are not in class, which I thought was interesting because we'll be able to swipe in using our IDs. They did give us a definitive date on our orientation. I will be vlogging my law school orientation. It is from August 17th to August 20th, which is less than a month away, which is crazy. So hopefully I'll get more clarification during that time, but I just thought it was interesting. As soon as I posted that video, they came out and they gave a little bit more info. I understand why they don't want to definitively say anything, just because everything right now is subject to change, and if you live in the Midwest or anywhere, there's a major uptick in coronavirus cases right now. So who knows if this will all be the same in a month. But they did give a little bit of an update. I'm glad we got a little bit of something. Even though it was just like a little teaser of information, I'm glad we got something. Something is better than nothing. Now we're gonna talk about YouTube. I love talking about YouTube. When I'm not making a YouTube video, I'm probably talking about YouTube somewhere else. I wanted to talk about my plans for my channel through the next couple of years and what my intentions are, what my goals are. So basically, I want to make Law School Week in My Life videos. Those are my favorite things. I remember a few years ago, I started watching Lipsticks and Lattes, and she made Law School Week in her life, and I loved them. I was like, I'm gonna go to law school to learn the law and to also make Law School Week in My Life videos. Like, it's like, there's like the little thing. Like, it wasn't all that, but that was definitely part of it. I thought it was so cool. Love watching her videos. And so yeah, I'm gonna make those and I'm really excited about it. It's just gonna be so cool to have the memories for myself, to be able to document it for those of you who are thinking about going to law school. And I know I have a lot of followers who are fellow 1Ls, so I just can't wait for us to all kind of go together, even though we're going to different schools, and then we can compare our experiences. So I think that'll be really cool. That's definitely the direction my channel is heading in. Still wanting to give advice, you know, try to do my best to be informative and make your time watching me well spent. I think that's really important. And my advice, if anybody wants to start like a law school YouTube or a blog or whatever, my advice is to just go for it. And my #1 piece of advice is that when you start, it's going to be bad. I think a lot of people set unrealistically high expectations for themselves when they start. If you go back to my first video on my channel like a year ago, it was bad. I I watch them now and I think that is bad. But if you just accept from the jump that it's gonna be bad, then what do you have to lose? Like, your first few uploads will be bad. And then you will find your rhythm, you'll find a style that works for you, some things you like filming, you'll get more comfortable on camera, and then the rest is history. It takes time to get good at anything. I had to sit in front of this camera and film so many things that I didn't post so that I get comfortable and I can talk to it like it's like my BFF now. I couldn't do that at first. So that would be my main piece of advice. I know there are so many law school application advice videos and law school vloggers out there, and you might think, maybe it's oversaturated, maybe I shouldn't. I think there's value in every experience. That's kind of why I started my videos, because I know my experience is unique to me, and maybe it will connect more to somebody than somebody else's video will. Me and another YouTuber can explain the exact same logic game, but maybe I explain it in a way that clicks with you, and the other person explains it in a way that clicks with their audience. We all have valuable experiences. If you guys make videos about anything, blogs, vlogs, whatever, if you leave me a comment, I will watch your videos. Like I said, I'm on YouTube all the time. And finally, I want to talk about mental health. So, it's no secret that the first year of law school is usually a wake-up call, maybe, if you're not really a serious student. It's very hard. I don't even need to come up with synonyms. It's hard. So we're just gonna go with that. So prioritizing your mental health is also really important while you're prioritizing your studies. And that's something I've kind of been thinking about. How can I get into a mental health routine now that will be helpful during the school year, but also doable? It's just not gonna be realistic that every night I draw myself an hour-and-a-half bubble bath and then I sit there with my essential oils. It's just not realistic. So I'm not making changes like that. I'm just trying to find things that I like to do that maybe I can use to blow off steam during the school week, school year, whatever. So if that for me is a 30-minute run 3 times a week, that I feel like is implementable. Is that a word? That I can implement into my schedule, and I feel like it won't be unrealistic. I think if I tell myself, okay, during law school you're gonna go on a 30-minute run every day, probably isn't gonna happen. So I'm just gonna set my bar low. 3 times a week, we're gonna do that because that makes me feel good. I'm also going to try to meal prep just so I can eat things that are good, because I do like to cook, so that could be something that helps my mental health as well. And then I'll have food to eat throughout the week, won't have to think about it. Trying to get my sleep health in order. Sleep is very important. Even now, a month before school, I'm not going to bed super late. I'm trying to wake up semi-early, make sure I'm getting 8 to 9 hours a night. I am very sensitive when it comes to sleep, so if I only get like 6 hours of sleep, day clear, honestly. I'm really not good on low sleep. So that's something that I've been getting in order. Basically, it's implementing things that you know you'll be able to do during the school year that will help you. If that's reading, I don't know if you'll really have the desire to read after all of the law school readings, but if you want to read a fiction book and that helps you blow off steam, then that's great. So right now I am in the process of developing a routine that is manageable and also helps alleviate my stress, and YouTube is actually part of that. I love making YouTube videos. I think you're super fun. Definitely going to be a part of my self-care routine while I am in law school. Okay everyone, that is really all I had for this law school chat. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have anything you want me to talk about in a future law school chat, let me know in the comments below. These are some of my favorite videos to film because I just feel like they're very relaxed. I don't plan anything. I just come in with some topics and I talk to my heart's content. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're new, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.